Hello Internet and welcome back to Starfield. We gotta go hand in our quest from last episode. Whoa, they've got some computers up here now.
One house aligned, and 2 to go.
No, 2 houses aligned now.
Ah, were you able to find Sahima?
Are you sure this is going to work?
Theoretically, yes. The science is sound, especially with Sahima's numbers. Either way, we have no choice but to take the risk of failure, as small as it may be. Whatever Anasco did inside the Citadel remains unchecked, and we are all at risk until we can get inside.
Yes, I was able to get Shahima's research.
Perfect. I have no doubt Sahima's work is the key to stabilizing the morning device. If only the others had listened to her, we may not have lost so much of our great city. This leaves House Vethal. I pray they are cooperative. There's no telling how much time we have. And before I forget, I've been told to inform you that the Council has now granted you access to the armory in the keep. Seems they're pleased with your work.
Alright, so we've only got one more house left. House Vital.
The morning
Guessing?
device. The closer it gets to completion, the more ominously it looms.
Right you are, Sarah.
What do you want, brother?
What?
No. I was foolish, Amila. The duel is off, and it should never have happened to begin with. The truth is that when the duel was sabotaged, I had never felt so relieved in my life. I do not want to kill you, Amila. I am ashamed to have ever challenged you. I am sorry. I understand if you never want to speak with me again. I am disgusted in myself.
Oh, come now, brother. I deserved it all. You have shown me nothing but patience for years. But even the patience of a saint can run out.
No jokes, Amila, please. I just want you to know that I am sorry.
I am too. I will try to be better. I cannot make any promises. All I can say is that I will try. I want to make things right with you, with everyone. But I just do not know where to start.
It is all right, Amila. One thing at a time.
Wow, they made up! Huzzah! We did change something. Oh, I'm supposed to go up here.
Serpent's blessings. I have come to inquire about the report I sent you. I was only able to skim it for now, but my initial impulse is that your concerns are justified.
Thank you. Additional perspectives help me recognize I am on the right path.
Heresy comes in many forms, but you have come to learn its many guises well. Well done, Warden. Vindicator.
I like how you can just eavesdrop and they don't say anything.
This is foolish, Victor. The High Council needs access to the power grid if we hope to restore the city. Your inability to provide a legitimate excuse for denying them will only last so long.
Victoria is right. I know you're angry, but you can't let personal matters interfere with what may be best for everyone.
Personal matters? This is a Ministry of State matter, and I will handle it as I see fit. He is a traitor. He turned his back not only on his family, but on our people's entire belief system. The fact that he still breathes is a stain upon the House Bethal name.
You would doom us all with your pride.
I will do as I please as head of this house.
Huh. Hi everyone.
If you are not a member of House Bethal, you do not belong here.
Hello. You look preoccupied.
That is the very definition of us wardens.
If only all of Dazra shared our values, how different the city would be.
I have often wondered myself, and we can only hope the Great Serpent recognizes our devotion when we finally walk at his side.
Was it Sarah talking to a warden? Okay. I was sent by the High Council to get your cooperation.
Another High Council lackey come begging? I told Lovick no more!
Forgive my brother. He has been forgetting his manners of late. Victor, this is Anasco's chosen. You recall Lovick sent word.
I recall he spoke of a newly anointed promised. And we do not need help, especially from an outsider.
You can't continue to refuse the council. You must act. Your inaction is killing you.
Precisely, which is why he leaves me no choice but to say this. My nephew Varric has left, and until he returns, Victor refuses to assist the council.
These are hardly matters for the ears of an outsider.
I don't see how these situations are connected.
Of course not. You are an outsider. You have no understanding of our house.
What would your missing son have to do with house politics?
What would my son, my successor, the heir to House Bethal have to do with house politics? Even someone with basic political knowledge should realize his importance.
I know you're expected to be a leader and you're acting like a child.
The audacity! I should have you arrested.
Is this not the opportunity you've been looking for, brother? A third party capable of finding Varric?
Yes, you said so yourself. Someone with no loyalties to speak of. And if she's become promised, truly her arrival is more than coincidence.
Serpent, give me strength. You both speak true. Perhaps I have reacted in haste. Tell me, Vindicator, are you well practiced in discretion?
Yes, of course.
I hope your word is good as well. As Vittoria mentioned, my son, Varric, has left. Essentially, he has abandoned his post. And not only did he turn his back on his house, but the Great Serpent as well. He is a traitor and must be dealt with as such.
Victor, surely you don't mean it.
He does, Luther. He is allowing his fervent pride and anger to cloud his judgment. What my brother is trying to say is that he wishes his own son dead. First, we lose Vashti to that malignance tearing through Dazra. And now you so willingly offer up Varric. As if our house has not suffered enough loss already.
Who's a Vashti?
I will not speak of her with an outsider, promised or not. Your focus is solely on Varric.
What did Varric do to turn his back on the serpent?
My son denounced the very faith that defines Va'ruun's society. He dared to blame Anasco for the state of Dazra. Dared to call our faith in the Great Serpent blind. It is heresy and punishable by death.
Why would Varric leave at a time like this?
Because he let his weakness get the better of him. He sees himself as a prisoner in this life. He runs from a duty that others would spend their lives coveting. He is my son. He does not get to choose. He was born to inherit my title, and he knows the punishment for refusing to honor it.
Killing Varric for leaving sounds extreme to me.
Of course it would. As someone from the settled systems, you have no concept of what the Great Serpent demands of us. I do not wish Varric dead, but as head of the Ministry of State, he left me no choice. All must serve. Those who refuse will be met with death.
What does the Ministry of State have to do with it?
Our duty as wardens is to keep the populace tasked and loyal. All must serve, both the Great Serpent and House Va'ruun. No exceptions. Those who refuse must be cleansed to stop the spread of corruption.
How does Varric's death relate to power grid access?
The shame Varric brought upon this house is immeasurable. It stains the very foundation. I will not act until this house is in order and its members are properly aligned with the Great Serpent.
Why haven't you dealt with this yourself?
I will not have it known that I declared my own son a heretic and allowed him to escape our grasp. This knowledge weakens the Ministry of State's authority, something we cannot risk at this time. This is why my interest turned to a third party, someone outside of the noble houses, but we have yet to determine someone trustworthy enough. Until now.
Varric is your son. You could make an exception.
Exceptions show weakness, and we cannot afford to show weakness at a time like this.
We have done the same for less. You act as if death is the only answer. What about forgiveness?
I will not risk the Ministry's authority on the actions of my own son, even if he is my chosen heir. If the High Council wants my cooperation, I need you to find Varric and carry out his sentence.
And I would ask you to spare him. My brother is acting under impulse, not reason.
I have never been more clear. Speak against me one more time, and you will regret it. Varric has a signet ring with House Vithal's family crest. Bring it to me as proof of death. Only then will I grant you access to the power grid.
I agree. There must be another way.
There is no other way. The Ministry of State must uphold order, and you will be expected to serve as we all do. I recommend you start by speaking to patrons of the Herald's Rest. Some of Varric's associates there may know where he went, But keep in mind, anyone who has directly aided him in hiding is an accomplice and shares his fate.
What is Herald's Rest?
The Herald's Rest is our local bar, and unfortunately, my son's favorite establishment to frequent. And while I know a bar isn't the ideal place for discretion, I still expect you to keep these matters private. All anyone needs to know is that you are looking for Varric.
I'll use my best discretion when the time comes.
See to it you do. All anyone needs to know is that you are looking for Varric for personal reasons. I will not risk word of his disappearance getting out before I can say the situation has been handled.
Wow, what a father. Okay. Let's go find where these people are at. Going to the pub.
Behave yourself. There's already enough trouble in Dazra to go around.
Alright, so there's the 3 people.
Some
Guess we'll start
cosa
with
to
the
lift your
bartender?
spirits?
Yes?
Can I get you anything?
I'm looking for Varric.
Varric? Depends on who's looking for him. And Vi, of course.
And Vi, of course.
Memorials. The city will recover in time. What we
The guy owes me a drink and said to meet him up here.
people
Sounds like Varric, at least. Truth is, I haven't seen him for a few days myself. But if you find him, tell him he better come check on his tab. I know he's good for it, but since he gave Eggy permission to use it, it's sky high.
Do you know anyone else who might know where Varric is?
Eggy or B are the ones you want to question, but I doubt they know any more than I do.
He's a regular here. Surely you must know something.
If he owes you a drink, you know I wish I could, but I'm afraid I just can't help you.
I have some news he'd really like to hear.
I'd hate to be the one blocking good news in a time like this.
He's helped me through a lot.
It always helps when you have a personal connection. All right, fine. I don't know where he is, but there's a man, Dane Salavea. He might know.
Tell me where I can find this Tane.
That one's easy. Dane's a bit of a regular ever since Dasra went to hell. Just wait around a bit, and he's bound to wander in.
Huh. Oh, I don't have to talk to the other people now?
Overheard my neighbor forsaking the Great Serpent. What a fool.
One for me, and one for you, Jenna.
No, Eggy. You have already had several.
What can I say? Nobody makes a drink like you do. Come now. Just one more drink? I do not wish to say goodbye just yet. I have fallen under your spell.
Same thing.
Hope things start looking up soon around here. Hey, aren't you that outsider made promise that showed up here recently?
Yep, that's me.
Impressive. Since these people really aren't into strangers, especially in times like these. I'm an outsider myself. It's hard to get into the whole giant snake thing.
Nice to see a fellow outsider around here.
Tell me about it. I've been toting stuff back and forth for these people for years and still get the cold shoulder most places I go. But then these people lose half their city and you show up, and suddenly it's divine intervention.
Yeah, I don't get it either, but here we are.
Yep, that's how I feel most days since I got stuck here. Anyway, enough about that. What can I do you for?
I'd like your help finding Varric. Or how well do you know Varric?
I know the name, sure, everybody here does. But the man? Not much. Someone like me doesn't exactly hang out with house bigwigs.
I'd like your help finding Varric.
Varric Vathal, huh? That's no small name around here. Well, I guess that depends, Vindicator. Who wants to know?
Why does it matter?
I consider Varric a bit of a friendly acquaintance. I know enough about the guy to care about his physical well-being, if you know what I mean.
I do, of course.
Oh, sure. You just show up out of the blue and suddenly want to know where to find House Vathal's #1 son? And I know he wasn't lost to whatever ate up half of Dazra. Plenty of people have seen him since. Although, let's just say after what went down here, my retirement's looking imminent, and I haven't exactly been saving up for a rainy day. So if you're feeling generous, maybe we can help each other out.
It's a deal. Give me the location.
Nice to see we operate on the same wavelength. I'm pretty sure he's heading into the Highlands. Just not sure where. But I do have the means to track him. So you just say the word and we're off to the races.
You're coming with me?
Yep. When it comes to my stuff, it's like a package deal. I'm not just gonna hand off valuable tech to some stranger.
The Highlands, where's that?
Highlands region is the northwest side of Dazra. Pretty good area if you don't want to be easily found.
Track him. You have a tracker on Varric?
You make it sound creepy. But yeah, for emergencies.
I make it sound creepy because it is creepy. Good, let's go.
After you. Once we're outside of Dazra, I'll fire up my tracker, and fingers crossed, it'll lead us right to him. Just head out the west gate, should be the fastest route.
Are you doing all right?
Can I get my... I want to get my car.
I have things for you.
Alright, let's get this baby purring. She's got a limited range, so just keep heading northwest of Dazra until we pick something up.
I'm just going to quickly put some stuff into my ship.
Something for you when you have a moment.
Hi. Please disregard. I attempted an informal greeting, but I am dissatisfied with the results.
Oh no, it was a good hi, Vasco. Don't beat yourself up.
To the moon, shall we?
Do you have anything interesting for me, Sarah?
Actually, yes, I do. Here you are. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Alright, we'll park here. I think he's over here. I can't jump up there? So for anyone that needs the location, we are right here. So we just drove up there, really. This is the tracking device that Tane gave Varric. Tane turned off the ping when you arrived. If Varric left the tracker here, he left in a hurry. It's useless now, but you salvaged some materials. I've done it. I've left. My father is furious. I've never seen him so angry. I always figured he knew this day was coming, but perhaps he's just that delusional. This proves he'd never see things my way, that I made the right decision, but my mind still bombards me with questions. Did I act too quickly? What about Victoria and Luther? What about Eggy and Bee? What will my father do now? My only hope for sleep at this point is that the exhaustion will simply take me.
This camp was only recently evacuated. Be on your guard.
I don't want to kill him though. Like, can't I make a deal with him and just say, I'll take your ring to your dad and then he'll be off your case and you can live your life? As expected, I didn't sleep well last night. At least this morning I can turn to my camp and think of what to do next. Planning ahead certainly paid off. I've been slowing building up this area ever since Tane and I first discussed plans to get me off Varun Kai. I figured I'd need a safe place if I had to leave unexpectedly and lay low. I have the tracking device he gave me, so I can only hope he puts two and two together. In the meantime, I'm hoping to distract my mind by organizing my new temporary home here. Who knows how long it might be before Tane finds me. Oh, I didn't want to pick up a cutting board. Bloodstains. This bloodstain is large. This bloodstain is large, but it's hard to tell how much blood was lost. There's no body, so the victim may still be alive. Did he cut something up to eat it? There is a safe. Whoops. This creature's long body looks like it's made of tentacles and bones. Its sharp teeth and multiple eyes made it look especially alien. Is that what he's been eating? The footprints are sporadic, but the tread tells you they're only from one person. The final prints head west. Varric must have fled the camp after attempting to put up a small fight. Whoa!
What the hell is that?
They're still here!
Whew.
I don't stock up on junk.
I could have done without that. All my years and all the planets I've been on. Never gonna get used to those things.
Yeah, just wait till you see a terramorph. I'm sure they're connected to the scaled Citadel experiment.
Sure looks like it. Damn House Veron. Wiping out half their city and bringing in horrors like these. At least I don't see a body around here, so I hope that means Varric's alive. You find anything?
There's a bloodstain. Varric must have been injured.
Injured? Hope he doesn't bleed out by the time we find him. Well, what's next? Varric must have fled in a hurry since his tracker's still here. So guess the rest is up to us.
We track him. He's injured, so it shouldn't be too hard.
Sounds like a plan. And hopefully that injury slows him down enough for us to catch up. Let's head back down and see what we can find. And by we, I mean you.
Uh-huh. Zaravik's notes. The temperature fluctuates greatly out here. Nothing will hurt me, but finding comfort is impossible. I have been tired and hungry with little food or sleep. I miss my family. But is that not the point? Though I am weary, the great serpent guides me. It is undeniable, his power. The presence grows stronger every hour that wanes. In half a day I will be there. The peak lies just beyond the fog. The footprints here are less sporadic. You can tell that someone rested here and then headed to the northwest. Back this way? Or around? Okay.
That's far enough, strangers. You want to tell me what you're doing on my property uninvited?
We're looking for an injured young man that may have passed through here.
Through here? You realize you're in the middle of nowhere.
He's injured. We're worried about him.
I can understand that, but I can't help you. The only people here are my partner Zen and our daughter Mila. No one comes around here. We're isolated, and that's the way we like it.
His injuries may need special treatment, please.
All right, fine.
Irina, are you sure you know what you're doing?
Zen, yes, I know quite well. Never mind my partner, they're just overly cautious. As I said, we're isolated out here. We keep to ourselves. But we did aid an injured young man a few days ago.
That's gotta be Varric.
It's too coincidental. It must have been him.
So Varric's still alive?
He had a pretty bad injury, but we were able to patch him up. He didn't want to stick around, though. Once he felt better, we sent him north. There's a long-abandoned growth farm we felt he could make use of. He claimed he lost everything in the incident that swallowed half of Dazra. He wanted to start a new life. We even gave him 2 of our own growths to get started.
Thank you for your help.
You're welcome, and safe travels. If you find him, give him our regards.
We're better off if we just go this way. How do we get in? That goes outside. First entry of the first day of my new life, I hope. I suppose I am a goat farmer now, a long way from heir apparent, but I am thankful for the distance. Yes, quite a bit has happened since last I wrote. Tane never came, and I had to flee when vortex horrors found me and attacked. Perhaps I have my father of all people to thank for those combat lessons he forced me through. Some kind farmers took me in and helped patch me up. They were respectful of my privacy and even pointed me here after telling them a version of my plight. Should my father send anyone after me, I can only hope my remaining anonymous keeps them safe. Today was a good day. I got up early, fed the groats. I think I'll name the female Bella, but not sure on the male yet. I took account of the repairs needed and was at least able to get this old computer up and running. It gives me hope that I may be able to fix up the Model A's that have been abandoned here. And to think I argued with my father over a need for engineering skills. If I ever hear news of Dazra returning to normal, perhaps I'll initiate contact with Tane again. A life far away from serpents and house politics. That's all I really want. But for now, isolated Groat Farmer is good enough. Everything is catching up with me again. My father, what have I done, the people I've left behind, but most of all, I miss my sister. I never thought all I'd have left of her was a ring. I never thought I'd lose her, and now I'm dying to hear her voice, to have her reassure me that I've made the right decision. She's been my voice of reason for almost my entire life. She was always the one I could talk to about anything, no matter how big or small or how much she may disagree with me. She should have been the one to take our father's place, not me. The Model A's are up and running. It should be a good day, but once again I find myself riddled with guilt over what I've done. I keep replaying that last moment with my father over in my head. It's not even his words. It's the look of betrayal on his face. He responded with anger. But the blow I struck was deep. I told him I couldn't stand by and watch them destroy themselves, but I rejected everything he stands for. House Fatal, House Varun, and the Great Serpent. And of course I knew full well what my actions would require him to do as head of the Ministry of State. I realize now the position of conflict I've put him in. The question remains whether he can let me go, or if I'll one day wake up to Fatal wardens at my door. Ooh, loots.
Nicely done.
Thanks, Sarah. Oh, he's out there.
Veric's been busy if he got this much done.
Oh, this is Tane.
Nothing going on out here. How about you? Find anything?
Yeah, he's right behind you. Only some logs. but Varric is living here.
Never thought of Varric as the Dear Diary type. Sounds like it's a waiting game then.
It seems I have uninvited guests. You want to explain yourselves?
Whoa, hey, it's me. Dang. Put the gun down already.
It's not you I'm concerned about. It's your friends.
I assure you that weapon isn't necessary. It isn't necessary, right?
I'm Vindicator Cheetah.
I wish I could say I was pleased to meet you, but something tells me this isn't a social call. Please, if you're here on my father's orders, allow me to plead my case.
Of course, I'd like to know your side of the story.
I'm glad someone does for once. I am not sure how familiar you are with our culture, but all I've ever wanted was the right to choose. I was born House Vithal. I was raised to inherit the role of elder, to run the Ministry of State, to worship the Great Serpent. But I want none of it.
That's not the life I'd want either.
That's not the life anyone wants.
Sure, there are responsibilities I'd rather not have, but at least I chose to be in this position.
It's never mattered how much I tried to reason with him. My father simply would not let me go. His pride and the fear of what it would mean for House Vithal is all he cares about.
What does your leaving mean for House Vithal?
Shame, embarrassment, fuel for the other houses to ridicule my father. I don't want any of that for him, but he left me no choice. If he would have listened just once, maybe I could have left on good terms with my father's blessing. Control the narrative, as they like to say.
Having nurturing, supportive parents makes a world of difference.
You sound as if you speak from experience. I envy you. Sometimes I would give anything for a supportive word from my father. All I want is to make my own life. Something Tane understood and was willing to help me with.
The credits help too, but yeah, guess you got the whole scoop now.
I understand the need to help a friend out of a bad situation.
I was hoping you'd see it that way. I lost my ship to the incident, so I didn't want Varric running off thinking I could just grab him and go. I was also out all the credits he was gonna pay me. That's where you came in. I figured, why not 2 for the price of 1?
So, now you know my true intentions for leaving, and given the circumstances, I may be here for some time. My hope now is to make the best of it here.
First, tell me why you chose to leave now of all times.
I suppose I owe you that much. The truth is, the Scaled Citadel was the last straw. My people are so blinded by faith and politics, they don't see how it's destroying us. Anasko Varun eliminated half our population in the blink of an eye. My sister Vashti among them. I could no longer live in a society that won't put its people first. That would destroy itself in the name of a god that has done nothing for us.
I'll never understand religion, especially at extreme levels like this.
I understand that some people need faith as guidance, but Varun's society takes it too far. I hope you can see why I want to walk away from all this. To start my own life. I ask that you give me that chance.
You're free to go, but I would ask for something in return.
Anything. Name it.
Your signet ring. Victor wants it as proof of death.
My ring? Vashti gave it to me. It's all I have left of her since the cataclysm. The disaster took every physical reminder of her except for this ring. Just wiped her from existence.
Your sister would want you to live.
True. It's as if she's looking out for me. One last time. Take it. I'll find solace in the fact that the ring will remain with my family. And now I hope we are done here. Thank you for seeing reason. I owe you both my life and freedom.
Now that's over with. I'm gonna hang back here, talk to Varric a bit. Besides, I don't want to be around when you break the news to Victor. Do me a favor and find me at the Herald's Rest when you're done.
Why don't you join my crew?
Thank you for honoring my freedom.
Do you really think you'll be safe here?
For now. My father won't risk additional resources to confirm my death. That would only reflect poorly on him. Besides, this is just a stepping stone. My ultimate goal is to leave Varunkai behind.
Yeah, well,
this farm will allow me to prove to myself that I can make it out there.
I have a ship. You could be my crew.
Just want to do a little catching up before heading back.
Okay. I just think if he stays on the planet, then he's gonna get discovered. I think I was supposed to give a package to someone here.
Go on now, get out of here. Thought you'd catch me unaware, did you? Thought I'd be easy prey? Unless you want a hole in the middle of your chest, you'd better turn around and start walking.
Dude, why is everyone so hostile on this planet? Take it easy, I'm not your enemy.
I suppose you could have put a bullet in the back of my head easy enough. There's no end of trouble out here lately. We've got pirates and spacers circling like vultures looking for easy pickings. And that's to say nothing of those fanatics. Has the Great Serpent abandoned us? I don't know. Perhaps.
Well, I'm not any of these things. I'm a courier.
I know the courier well, and you're not him. Tell me the name of the person who sent you, and prove that you are not a liar.
A woman named Delkith hired me.
Fine, so you're telling the truth. I won't apologize for my manner. Trust does not come easily for me in these dark days. That, and the constant pain in my back makes me poor company. I know. I fix machines because they don't try to start a conversation. I prefer the quiet. But now, at last, my medicine has arrived. The Serpent knows I've gone too long without it. No doubt he hears my loud swearing when I struggle to get out of my bed every morning.
Yeah, it sounds like you really need this.
I needed it many days ago. But that is not your fault.
Grumpy, grumpy, grump. Let's just hope Dad believes us.
Promised.
Let us speak. You're back. What news do you bring?
It's done. Your son is dead.
What have you done? Varric.
This blood is on your hands, Victor. I hope you remember this.
Actually, the blood is on my hands.
I have not overlooked your involvement in this.
No, it was Varric's choice. He knew the consequences.
You were his father. You were supposed to protect him. You think you are doing what is right out of some blind dedication, but you are destroying this house. You already lost one child. You had to murder the other.
Victoria!
I will not hear any more of this. It is done. Leave us.
Oh, I am leaving to mourn my nephew whose memory you disgrace with your very presence.
Victoria!
Leave her be, Luther. The Great Serpent will guide her. She will understand in time and emerge stronger for it.
Something tells me she's not getting over that.
She will. She has duties to perform. Ultimately, I care nothing for what you think. Now, only one matter remains to discuss. Did you find anyone who aided my son in his treachery?
Or trust me when I say the situation was handled. Yeah.
Good. I also have heard nothing of my son's disappearance, so I appreciate your discretion in this matter. You restored order to this house, and have my gratitude. Here, the access code that Ekris needs to connect to the power grid. Now go. I have much to arrange.
I don't blame you for what happened. I only wish you would have prevented it.
I did, don't worry. I really want to speak to that thing. I want to throw him out and put her on the
I would allow Victoria her
throne.
space if I were you.
What is your role here at House Bethal?
I mostly looked after the House members, trying to take a more active role in the lives of our people. Victor's attention is more administrative focused, so he has little time to deal with personal grievances or requests. Since the destruction, I did all I could to help ease our family's grief. But once Varric left, I turned my focus completely to Victor.
What do you remember about the cataclysm?
I remember the light and a horrible sound. But most of all, I remember Victor's face when he rushed outside to find us. He kept saying it was gone, disappeared. I'll never forget the moment he took us into the halls of obedience to see the devastation that surrounded the scaled citadel. The heartbreak and horror we felt knowing whatever took Dazra took our house and family with it. Until next time.
Oops. I don't know where she would go to go mourn him. I want to tell her it's all okay, he's fine.
My brother lost his wife and...
Okay, well, that is it for today's episode. If you like this episode, please give it a like and press that subscribe button. You guys have a fantastic day, and I will see you in the next one.